Hello, Stickosaurus here, and today we're going to work on Super Megaforce Pink, Go Kaiser Pink, which I'm sure everyone in the world prefers, and you should. Just came off the print bed, actually. I was doing some other stuff, so I figured I'd do this, get this started. Wasn't really going to do this, but I already have a pink. It's a peppercorn version. She's a little thick, but I think she turned out okay. It's on my Instagram if you want to check it out. I'll probably show you at the end. But I don't know, you probably don't agree, but I think my Go Kaiser helmets have been just turned out baller. I really love them, and to be honest, I make them for me. So figured why not knock it out with pink. I might redo my silver one of these days, since you saw from the video I had a lot of issues with that, but we'll get there. And I mean, is he a Go Kaiser? I guess, but 2 Kaiser is in the works too. I'm sure that video will be out by now. Maybe, I don't know, he needs a lot of work. I'm looking at him right now, and he's not very far along, so got him going. So this was the last one I needed, and I was like, yeah, why not, we'll do it. Might as well get it over with. I hate doing the trim on these. It's the gold, it's such a pain. But they always come out looking great. And being my favorite Sentai, I might as well get the whole set as best as I can do it. And I really like the pink helmet. I think the heart really works with this design. And for some reason as a kid, I never realized how different the helmets were. For some reason I always thought they were the same, but I must have just been a stupid kid. But once you realize what's different about them, it's kind of cool looking at them. I think Joe's might be the coolest, like, front design. The blue one, aside from, you know, Marvelous's, you know, Red's generic one. Generic, standard one. Is he the standard? Is he the gold standard for Go Kaiser helmets? I don't know. But I'm gonna get the supports off this. I didn't even get there yet. They are on that, hopefully. Yeah, they are. Jesus. And we will get to sanding. Okay, so here's Go Kai Pink. I did a little fill in here. I was just going to do before I sanded it, but after thinking about this, people keep asking or telling me, hey, use Bondo or use filler putty or something between coats. So I wasn't going to, because I think this printed pretty okay, aside from this little bit here, but this probably sand off, not a big deal. And of course the chin, but that's every chin. Haven't quite figured that out yet, and it's been years. But we'll give it a shot. We will douse this beautiful, beautiful helmet in spot putty. Try to sand it down and get rid of all the layer lines. And see what we can do. And I totally understand. I do want to make better quality helmets. I've been trying. You should see some of my early ones. I've come a long way. And I know how. I know what you need to do. It's intimidating a little bit. I've seen people just coat entire helmets with Bondo and do that. And that seems crazy to me. I can understand the spot putty, I think, or the glazing putty. But a whole thing in Bondo? Man, you wilded. But we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. I think I can... Confidence in my sanding abilities. I might try not to go too bad over the emblem. See, that's what I worry about, is getting in and sanding all this. I mean, even if you do it by hand, can you really get in all that? And you don't want to fill in these grooves and all that. So, I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to do that. I did it with, kind of with my Geki Ryo helmet, or Jungle Fury Daishi, and it worked okay. He's not done yet, so I can't give you the final idea of how much better it turned out, but hey, we'll give it a shot just for you. Okay, so to do this, in case I haven't shown it before, but I use this red glazing putty. Again, I have used this a lot, so I mean, I understand how it works. You got to make sure you kind of smooth it out and work in sections, because it air dries. So it gets weird if you don't smooth it out quickly first. I don't mean like immediately, but you don't have as much working time as you think you do, if that makes sense. And then I use my fingers and some scrap visor material I have. It's just thin PETG. And just use it to smooth. I mean, you could use a putty knife. You could use like a plastic squeegee or something. I just use that because I don't have to worry about cleaning it then. I can just throw it away because I was going to throw it away anyway. Also, how nice is it when the supports just pop off? Look at that. One piece. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice edge. Beautiful. But, so we're going to get into that. Probably should have took care of the chin, but I'll probably sand that, then put epoxy sculpt on it. I don't know. I've never had luck with chins. I don't really know. I've tried supports on chins. I've tried no supports on chins. I mean, it's just, I'm not sure what to do anymore. But it's okay. It never looks that great, and I guess that's my fault. We'll get there eventually. It's just about having fun, people. It's about having fun. Nothing to worry about, but let's get to it. This might be a terrible idea. It's such a pretty helmet, but hey, you can always sand it off. Okay, there we go. We got most of it. Like I said, so we're gonna have to let this dry, and then we will sand it, and we'll see all our pinholes and everything, and we'll have to fill them again, and sand it again, and prime in between, of course. And we'll see if this is a better product. Again, I've never done an entire helmet like this. Like Yeki Rio, I did a good bit of the front, but we'll see. Hey, if it doesn't work out, or if I get intimidated, I'll just set it down on my bench where I put things I forget about for 2 years, like my MMR pink helmet, and that's the worst that comes of it. So, hey, let's give it a shot. All right. This is dry enough, I think, to sand. Maybe. We'll see. It's been like 12 hours, so it should be good. Just going to hit it with 100, see what we're working with, and then go from there. Okay, we're gonna put some epoxy sculpt on this chin. Like I said, I got a little ahead of myself on this one because I want to see what it looked like putting all that on and sanding it off, and I think it looks pretty good. Like I said, we gotta sand it again and then fill a primer, and I'll see what we're actually working with. But I guess it looks better. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, gonna let that dry, and then we'll have to sand this a little bit before we sand the whole helmet. Probably hit this with 100. It's gonna take a little bit to dry anyway. Then we'll do 200 on the whole thing, I think. Right? Because we did the whole helmet, 100, yeah. We'll try that, and we'll see what we're working with. Someone before mentioned to me about getting like a silicone hard brush to smooth this out. I want to get one, I just keep forgetting. So maybe I'll get on Amazon right after this and order one. Okay. Looks like pink's finally dry. We're going to hit it with some 220 and see what we're working with here. Okay. I'm a stupid person and thought I wasn't recording. Then I hit the record button and stopped it. But we're sanded. Going to blow this off. And we'll hit it with a coat of primer and see what we're looking like. And maybe move on to wet sanding. Okay, all primed. We're gonna let that dry. It's actually looking really good. Surprised, but we'll see. I won't get to this till tomorrow. We'll see how the chin looks. See a little bit on this side. Probably could go a little better, but other than that, I think it's looking good. All right, we're gonna wet sand this Gokai pink, and hopefully we'll be ready to paint. Okay, gonna rinse this off, let it dry. I think it's time to paint. She's pretty. All right, I'm gonna put the base coat on this Gokai pink. Gonna really try to make it nice, but never works out that way. Take your time, and do some light coats, and then hopefully doesn't get any runs, turns out nice, still smooth, you know? Because I think this could be really nice if you pull it off. Okay, well, there's something wrong with this can of paint. I don't know. It was spitting and throwing bubbles, so I changed the nozzle to something else, and it was kind of okay, and now it won't even spray, so it's best I'm gonna get it. This side might look bad because I didn't get enough coverage on it to make it, wet. Not like I could do, it's the only can I have of this, and it's a mess, it's all over my finger now, but should be okay. Gonna let it dry and we'll take a look at it. Okay, I got this mask off. I lost all the detail lines, all the trim lines from spot putty and sanding and everything, so this is 100% freestyle. I think it's okay. I do notice that the screen used ones have a thicker trim than what these models have had. I think. I'm not positive. It's hard to tell sometimes. I hope that's enough of a point for the heart, but I'm more worried about how I mask this. I don't know. I feel like I was rushing because I kind of am. But I think it's gonna be okay. I hate to screw it up now because it's turning out really nice. But I'm gonna spray this probably 2 coats of gold, and then it'll be time to add the detail lines and work on the emblem tomorrow, hopefully. Okay, put 2 coats on there. It looks good. It looks like good coverage. I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm pretty much done for the day. I gotta wet sand some stuff, or regular sand some stuff tomorrow. Got lots to do, but hopefully maybe finish this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. So I have an extra 2 days to work on stuff, at least in the morning, so I should be able to. But yep, gonna let this dry, then we'll get from there. Okay, so I got the masking off Gokai Pink here. I think she looks good. With an asterisk, we got a little bit of paint that came off here. We can fix it up, it's not a big deal. And we got a lot of paint that came off here. That sucks. Man, that sucks. I mean, I'm just gonna fill it in with a little bit of touch-up paint, Because one, this spray paint was terrible, as you already know. It's terrible. And hopefully I still have it. I don't know if I threw the can away, but that's all the pink I have right now, so I'm gonna have to wait. I think I still have it. But other than that, I think it turned out really nice. I think it looks real sharp. And once we get the pinstripe on it, oh my, this might be the best Gokaiser I made. Which is sad because I got a suit to go with my red one. My red one's still really nice, I think. But I did this screen accurate. And I mean that, obviously it's an asterisk, because I don't think you can really get screen accurate with actually having a cast. But on here, up here, I usually just do gold across here. But on the actual show, they don't have any gold here. It's the color of the helmet. So I did the trim correct, I think. I mean, someone's probably gonna tell me I'm wrong, but everything I've seen, they don't do trim on the top of that, which I guess I kind of get. I mean, it's supposed to be like a hat. And, if you have trim on your hat, it's not gonna be like overlapped like that. And it's probably stupid for me to change now. When I did, this will be, I did 2 Kaiser like this too, but this will be, 6 of 6. I did the other 4 this way, so I don't know. I think it looks good. Kind of bummed about those spots. This one isn't too bad. I get that. I don't know. I must have just pulled the tape off too quick or something. Or obviously the paint wasn't great there to begin with. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but we will get her fixed. Probably do the detail lines and the emblem, and then I think about how we're gonna fix that. But yep, stay tuned. Okay, we got the detailing done on Gokai Pink here. We gotta go another coat over the emblem, do the detail lines on that, but I gotta let that dry a little bit. And then after that, I'm gonna fix up these little issues here, and we'll move on to clear coat. Okay, I think we're gonna try to clear coat this Gokai Pink. I couldn't fix the stuff on the side. One, it's actually like gashed, like some of the spot putty came off or something with the tape. And 2, I don't have any more paint. But I'm pretty sure I'd have to fill this, sand it, and just redo this whole side. And with the way this paint job is, I'm not happy with it enough to do that. I know that sounds lazy and all that, but I'd rather print another helmet and try again. Just a big bummer. And I don't think the emblem's that clean. This helmet was, I guess it had a lot of potential. I think it just went downhill. But we're gonna try it. I don't know. And again, the paint on the back and stuff, it's just all bubbly from that stupid old can. I gotta get new pink, and maybe we'll try this one again. But this is still gonna look better than my current Gokai Pink, so it's still an improvement, still an upgrade. I don't know if I'd make another video on Gokai Pink, but I mean, if you want to see me try another one and do a comparison of all 3, certainly do that. But let's get this one finished first. Getting ahead of ourselves. Clear coat on it. Should move so you can see the ugly part. Let's keep the front. There we go. I think it looks good. Aside from, that big chunk out of the side. But hey, it is what it is. We're gonna let this dry, and then we'll put the visor magnets and elastic in. Alright, that is Gokai Pink finished. Love how this one turned out. Like I said earlier, this is the first one I went ham on the spot putty with. And I can see it. I can see the merits of it. Although that caused me to have the issue of the masking I had pulling off some of the putty after I was had a good bit painted, and it kind of gutted me because I was loving how this was looking. And honestly, I can look past that. I think it looks fine, other than that little spot. And compared to my old one, it's a night and day difference. This was a peppercorn conversion. It's rough. It's bumpy. It has some paint peeling on it. You know, it's just not good. And the sad thing is, I was proud of this one when I did it. But this is no contest. This is what we all want to be. This is usually how I end up feeling, if you know what I mean. But this is beautiful. Modeled by 3D Command Center. Beautiful model. All my Gokaiger ones I've been printing at 100%. I have really hard trouble scaling helmets. I always feel like they're going to be too small or too big. So I kind of just put the trust in the modelers' dimensions usually. And I've been having pretty good luck. I can't think of anything recently I did that I didn't think was the right size. Oh, my soldier helmets. I'm reprinting my blue, pink, and red, and 100% of those was way too big. I think that's what I did originally, and they were the same size, so I had to reprint them, and I think I went for 85%, and they're looking a lot better. They're not done yet. Well, pink is done, and pink still looks big, but I don't know. That's a different story. But this is my Gokai Pink, and this ends the journey. This is the last Gokaiger helmet I needed. I'm probably going to do a follow-up video. I don't know if I'll do a whole video, but at least a follow-up on a new Silverite print. If you saw that video, you saw how that turned out, and I could do better than that. I know I can. So that's the plan. Yeah, real excited. I'll probably put up some pictures on my Instagram of the whole team together, because this might be, no, this will be like the third team I've completed, I think. But no, because I don't have time yellow. This will be the second team I've completed. Third? It's still third. MMPR, Soldier, and Gokaiger. Yeah, so look forward to those. I think they'll look all good together. They should all be close to the same size, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If there's anything you want to see, let me know. I can try to make it. Again, some subscriber suggestion ones coming up. Ninja Steel Yellow is still coming up. Don't you worry. Still working on that thing. Boy. But, yeah. Have a nice day.